this week we made surprise inside red velvet cupcakes. Now these aren't your average red velvet cupcakes because first of all they've got a surprise inside, and second of all they don't have cream cheese icing. That's just a personal preference, but if you want to make cream cheese icing, feel welcome to. I started off by baking 12 red velvet cupcakes. If you need a recipe for that, give this video a thumbs up or leave a comment down below and I'll make sure to get a video up for you. If not, you can just use a box mix if that's what's easiest. So I baked the cupcakes, let them cool completely in their tins, and then set them aside. Now I went and made some chocolate ganache with just some cream and chocolate, equal parts of each. You can make it as runny or as thick as you would like to. This is to go inside and on the top. I want it to be pretty runny for on the top, so I went with a runnier consistency. I then took an apple corer and I went into the center of the cupcakes and I just twisted out a little hole in each of them, not all the way to the bottom, but just about half or 3/4 of the way. So I did that, and then I took it out, pushed the hole in a little bit, and then put it back on to make sure that they all matched up. I put it back into the cupcake tray just because that was what was easiest, and then set them aside. So I made sure my ganache was cool, because if it is hot and you put it in your cupcakes or you try to put it on your icing, it makes things very difficult. So I made sure it was cool, put it in a piping bag and snipped off the end. I then took the holes out of the cupcakes. So I knew that it was going to soak into the cake, so I wasn't afraid to fill it up too far. Again, the thicker you have it, the less likely it is that it's going to seep into your cupcake. So I did that, put the lid back on, and then set them aside. I made my icing beforehand, and I just made a simple buttercream using 120 grams of butter and 330 grams of icing sugar sifted, just as a quantity. I had a little bit left over, but not a whole lot, so it was pretty much the perfect amount. That kind of goes for everything though. If you're making 12 cupcakes and you want to make a buttercream quantity, that is the perfect ratio, I think, with a little splash of milk. Now I made mine with a little bit more milk because I knew I wanted it to be a creamy kind of consistency to match in with the center of the cupcake and everything. But if you want it to be stiff, by all means leave out a little bit of the milk. So I put the buttercream, uncolored, totally unflavored or anything, into a piping bag with a nozzle with lots and lots and lots of teeth. You can use a normal star tip, you can use a round tip, you can do whatever you like for this. Especially because the ganache that we put on afterwards will dress it up a little bit, but I just thought that this was the best looking one. So I piped that onto the cupcake in a swirl, and then took my slightly more liquidy ganache and drizzled it over the top so that it all kind of ran down the sides. And then I'd finished the cupcakes. So like I said, this made about 12, but of course you can increase or decrease the recipe as you like. It's just an idea. You could put sprinkles in the middle, you could put chocolate chips in the middle. You don't have to stick with ganache. It was just an idea that I'd had because I haven't seen it done before. These cupcakes stayed good for about 4 days. They didn't last that long. If I'm honest with you, my family ate them within the 2.5 day mark. But they were absolutely delicious. The icing was creamy, the center was gooey, the cupcakes were moist. It was just wonderful. I would absolutely recommend this recipe if you're just looking to try something decadent and new. So if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below for what else you'd like to see from me. And if you want to see more from me, make sure you hit subscribe, and that will give you a notification every Friday when I upload my new videos. All my social media is down below, and I will link it in the description box for those of you that are on mobile devices. And you've got my previous video and my next video up here next to me. I hope you really enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Bye!